Well, basically, as a kid, I used to, I was drawing a lot. I used to sit up on, like, my dining room table and draw. And eventually, like, in high school, I'd buy tattoo magazines and, practice drawing some of the tattoos in there. And getting inspired, and I had a couple friends that tattooed. I'm from Braintree. It's in Massachusetts, a little bit south of Boston, and at the time, tattooing, it was illegal up there. It actually still is in like one or two states in here. It's just like if we wanted a tattoo, we'd have to drive to like New Hampshire or Rhode Island, get tattooed there. And I had a friend, Kelly, that he did like little house parties and stuff. So I'd hang out with him and watch. And eventually they passed a law and it became legal up there. And they opened up a shop. But he didn't have time to apprentice me. But he told me what I needed to get. So I ordered some machines, and actually my wife, she bought them for me for our first wedding anniversary. Yeah, so in return I gave her a shitty tattoo. Yeah, I covered it up now, but yeah, I had to look at that thing for a while. And yeah, so I do a tattoo at home in my kitchen, and then go by the shop and watch him tattoo and pick his brain, ask questions and stuff. And then after about a dozen tattoos, we moved to Florida, to Naples, for warmer weather and affordable housing, compared up there. And yeah, I worked around the corner from tattoo shop, from body branding, and I eventually got an apprenticeship there. So basically for like a year and a half, I just cleaning the shop and little bitch work. So I worked there for probably 10 years, and 2 years ago I started working up here. Yeah, I love it up here. It's just the energy in this place is it's really great. Just learning from other people. Like, we'll even start out, like I always wanted to do it, but I just didn't really think it could, it was a possibility at all. I went to college and got a real job for about 5 years. I was a mutual fund accountant when I lived up north, and basically just like office space type job. It sucked. Wasn't really me, but the pay was alright and had benefits. And but once I moved here, I'm like, I knew I wanted to be happy and kind of live more my dream. We were already moving away, and might as well. You got to take risks. It's hard. I mean, I did my first tattoo when I was 14. I'm 38, but it was just like a little pick and poke thing on my thigh with a needle and some India ink I stole from art class. And I actually did, tattooed a couple of my friends with that too. And some people, they don't, they kind of don't want to share secrets with other people, in this business. But now it's a lot more like sharing knowledge and, people teaching seminars on their techniques and work. I like to do tattoos like that are basically, they kind of come together as you create them. And, they're, kind of flow with the body and just like outside of the lines, and just kind of messy. Like even when I paint, I'm all over the place, like bumping into stuff, knocking things over, and so I just like the freedom of doing that style and watching it come together. A lot of really cool creative people down in this area. A lot of artists, musicians, and just being around other people like that inspires me. And yeah, that's my daughter. She's a Girl Scout, so I'm a Girl Scout too now. Yeah, she's been, she's 14 now, probably at least 8 or 9 years maybe. She's been in it forever. So it's fun though, something we get to do together. And she's in high school now, so it's not as cool to be a Girl Scout, but
you're just holding on to it, like.
Yeah, well, I guess at this point, she's smart enough now that, she could get a scholarship. And no, I know. You know what? Some people, they talk about being judged, and I don't know, maybe they just put it on themselves. They attract it or whatever, because I never feel like any negative judgment towards myself, or some people look sometimes and stare a little bit, but that's normal. Maybe just looking at the artwork, or if I go to a gallery, I'm gonna stare at the paintings too. Especially my wife, like she works at a Jewish preschool, and Jewish people there are highly against tattoos. Like you can't be buried in a Jewish cemetery if you have tattoos, and even there, I feel really accepted, and I volunteer and do some artwork with the kids there. Do like a collaborative painting with 70 preschoolers. Yeah, it can be pretty crazy. It's fun. I like doing stuff like that, and you can get inspired from even them, just watching them paint. Some of them are really good too. Like some just like slap it on, don't really realize, but you'll look at some, like you just see like in their head that they're thinking about it, and like making like intentional brush strokes rather than just slapping it around. And that's the cool thing about being a dad or a parent. Like you just see stuff in your kids that you're like, oh, that's what I do that too. But yeah, now lately, I'd say like 95% of my clients are awesome. There's a couple people that may drive you a little crazy or whatnot, or difficult to work with, but I don't necessarily think tattoos need to always have meaning. Some might have meaning, but a lot of them are just basically, I like art. I wanna wear that.
That's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah, or like something about it, it represents me or a time in my life right now. But some are just like really awesome pictures. Like this one right here. That's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, it's based off of a painting by Kevin Llewellyn. It's really cool. I have another cool one. My son, he drew that picture. Picture of me. I got like rake feet and circle hands, like two weird mouths. But he's a lefty, so the daddy's back. It's written backwards. It's just the other day I found some of my old portfolios. I was looking through them because I was doing a tattoo of someone that one of my friends, Jay, that he passed away, and I had a tattoo I did on him, and one of his friends wanted it. So I'm like, yeah, dude, I have that in my old portfolio. So I was just looking. It's good to see how far you come too. Some of the first few portfolios I have, I'm just kind of like, Plus, I think as an artist too, I think it's important. Every few years you'll notice, your style kind of like changes and shifts, and you're kind of like creating yourself and taking maybe different pieces from different styles or stuff that you've done, and you just keep building on it and building on it, and evolving and learning. For me, that's like a stress reliever, and I like it too, because I think at work here I gotta listen to other people's ideas all day long and make them happy and do something for them. But most of the time when I'm drawing, it's just for me. It's just more kind of like a release. And I don't know if you could be kind of antisocial a little bit, but do, and yeah, almost like meditate. Or
any like proper etiquettes for like people that are trying to get their first tattoo? Like what's some good etiquette?
Yeah, don't price shop.
What?
People that price shop, like I say, like find an artist that you like their style, and because if you're asking different people for different prices on tattoos, like they're all gonna do different things. It's not really like a fair comparison, because everyone tattoos differently. Everyone has their own style. They'll do different things, so you can't really. And what else? A pillow, like get comfortable when you get tattooed. Like when I get tattooed, yeah, I'll bring sometimes like a blanket, pillow, like something from home that just can comfort you. Yeah. Some people are like so like they're so anxious that like you can almost just tell they're gonna have a problem, Yeah, because they just like building it up in their head, like self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
She's like a friend and a pretty good client of mine. She's extremely difficult. Although she's getting better. Hey, Jamie. In your beginning, probably the first like 2 years of tattooing, you're just trying to get like used to your machines and drawing on people, and you know, people get tattooed, like they all bring like an entourage of people with them, and you know, they're like looking over your shoulder, watching you tattoo, and I would almost like want to kind of like hide my tattoos, and then like I don't know, like sometimes being in your head is the worst place you can be. I mean, with you know anything, you get something in your head, and then you just start fucking focusing on that, and you know, it'll drive you mad. Just, I don't know, I mean, it's hard to get, because sometimes, you know, I'm not in the mood to do it, but, I don't know, I mean, I usually am, but, you know, just, even, like, get burnt out. Some people get burnt out. I mean, even just, like, get away and take a little vacation, you know, go do something, you know, kind of, like, reset your brain a little, do something that'll, you know, get you inspired, and, you know, I try to even just go away just for a few days, like, you know, every month or two, you know, just kind of get away. And like some people, they just work all the time, and for what, and they don't really get to enjoy it. Should, or you know, like I'll tattoo a lot of people, and they're like, oh, I used to draw, like, you know, so many people, you know, like, because that's what the kids do. They're like little artists, you know, they like every little kid does art, and then at one point they stop and, you know, get busy doing other stuff, and you know, they're like, oh, I wish I could do it, you know, if they just practiced or set aside little time, you know. But yeah, I mean, I do become pretty friendly with some people. And you know, you spend a lot of hours with these people and get to know them. And
know how their day is going, or what they're going through.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like it's a bonding thing, you know, like touch and words and, you know, tattoos, it's fucking powerful.